Hi, my name's Lyndal Roper and I'm a historian of 16th and 17th century Germany. We're standing outside the Schwarzmann building at the University of Oxford. It's a fabulous new building that's just opened for the humanities. And it just so happened that I was walking along the street here outside when I saw I had a missed call. So I rang back, and that's when I heard that I had won the Holberg Prize. It's an amazing honour. I found it very hard to take in, but I'm so grateful and I'm just delighted for what it means for the humanities and for the history of the 16th and 17th centuries. The Holberg Prize is a really important thing, especially at the moment when I think the humanities feel under attack. And to have a prize that's there to celebrate intellectual creativity, I think is a wonderful thing to have, especially now when it's important, perhaps more than ever, because what the humanities do is that they teach how to think critically, how to examine evidence, how to think about the relationship between evidence and argument, and how to think in an original and creative way. And we need that more than ever in the age of AI, so that we can see how to use AI and make something out of all the possibilities that it offers. What's always interested me is getting away from what we might call the grand narratives, all about battles and big states, kings and queens. That wasn't my thing. I wanted to get in the voices of ordinary people, and in particular the voices of women. Gender has always been part of what I'm interested in as a historian. I wanted to know about women's lives in the past. So I've written about witchcraft, and there I was interested not so much in witchcraft, but these are extraordinary sources where you get to encounter women of the 16th and 17th centuries and to hear their voices, hear their words. And that's what fascinated me about that. I've worked on the reformer Martin Luther, and I've just finished writing a book about the German Peasants' War of 1525, which celebrated its 500th anniversary this year. And there I was interested in what makes people take the risk of rebelling against the authorities. What makes them risk everything that they own, even risking their lives? And I wanted to ask the really simple question of what does it feel like to be involved in a revolution? What does it feel like to walk with hundreds, thousands of others and to eat together, to sleep outdoors under the stars, and then take on the Lords? I'm absolutely delighted to have won the prize, and I'm looking forward very much to seeing you in June and to a wonderful week of events where we celebrate what the humanities and humanities scholars are doing now. And with any luck, it'll be less windy than it is in Oxford at the moment. Thank you very much indeed.